So we've got a tier list for best cereals. I'm trying to decide the parameters that I want here. Am I going for, this is delicious? Am I going for like, stick it hard in my body? Let's do stick it in me, daddy. Gently caress my taste buds. Tease me, but don't get near me. Don't look at me. I don't see you. Stop breathing. Stop existing. You trash panda. So we've got Cheerios, and this is a green box, which seems suspicious to me. Why is this box green? Is it healthier? Is it low cholesterol? What is the green box? I don't understand what this is. I personally don't like it. I don't want to fuck with it. I don't like you changing my branding in my brain. So you can go and stop breathing, stop existing. You don't even get near me. Stay so far away from me that I never have to look at you. Then we have Cookie Crisp. Now this had that cool wolf on it who liked to howl at the cookie moon. I always really liked the idea of Cookie Crisp, but every time that I put it in my mouth, I always felt like I was doing something wrong. Like I was somewhere that I shouldn't have been. And I always felt like the cookies were too hard to crunch through, but they were too soft to like enjoy. As soon as they started dissolving, all the little chocolate chips went down to the bottom of the milk. And I always like choked, and I didn't like that. So I'm gonna put it right here and tease me, but don't get near me. Like, I like the idea of it. Special K was one of those cereals that I always thought you needed to eat, like if you were about to retire, where, okay, I've got my catheter in, I've got my walker, I've got my assistant here to help me get to the bathroom, they're gonna wipe my butt. And so I never really liked the idea of Special K, but also I understand that people get old and they need to eat different cereals, so this is for those old people out there. Then we've got Kix, and if you replace the K with D, it becomes really funny, like, oh, I choked on my Kix today, fill in the blanks. I think the idea of it is strange. It looks like there's a piece of corn here, and while corn is delicious, I don't think it'd be very good in cereal. I don't really want to choke on corn cereal at first thing in the morning. Like, if I had the choice between other foods and popcorn cereal, I'd probably not choose that. So Kix is going to go down in here. Apple Jacks are freaking great. Anyone who ever disagrees with me liking Apple Jacks is wrong, and that's okay that you're wrong. I'm going to put that in there and stick it in me, daddy. I always wanted Apple Jacks, but nobody would ever get them for me. So those can fuck my mouth. Cornflakes are also really great. I love putting sugar on cornflakes. I remember going to the Sizzler and they had the little cereal bars there, and you would like twist the little thing and it would drop the cereal in. They had them at my college too. They always had cornflakes, and I'd get like little sugar packets and put it over the top. Cornflakes were great, but they wouldn't be my go-to. So I'm gonna be like, caress my taste buds, mama, but I wouldn't be like, that's the first cereal choice. We need to revisit the corn topic. No, because this is like popcorn cereal, and this doesn't taste like corn. The green box for Cheerios is apple cinnamon. Oh, I've never had it. All right, now we've got Count Chocula. And I remember as a kid having a mad crush on Count Chocula, but I never actually liked the cereal. So I think I was more interested in like hanging out with Count Chocula and maybe like having him sink his teeth into my neck. But I mean, Count Chocula probably was like, had it going on. Then we've got Captain Crunch, and the captain always kind of looked like he was more right-leaning politically and would probably vote to like have me not be able to exist as a queer person. Like, he's definitely a Republican who votes very anti-gay, and so for that reason I'm gonna put the captain down here. Plus he looks like a capitalist and I don't like that, so he can go. Rice Chex are great as a snack, but not as a cereal. I like the ones with the chocolate covering, but we're not talking about the chocolate covered ones. We're not talking about the peanut butter ones. We're talking about the rice cereal ones. So I think the idea of these are good because they're a base for something that's much better. I'm gonna say they can tease me, but don't get near me with these ones. Capitalist Crunch. And again, we've already established that I don't really like this man, regardless of how the cereal may taste. So I'm gonna keep putting all the captains down here because I just don't want to fuck with that in this year of 2021. Then we've got Honey Bunches of Oats, which are kind of in the same category as Special K for me. I feel like this is like an old people cereal. I recognize there's a space for them. I'm just not in a place in my age that I need them, so we're gonna go ahead and put them there. Then we got Rice Krispies, and I always loved how they snap, crackled, and popped, but I didn't like eating it until it was really soggy. So I'm gonna put them right here. I think that the three little kids were kind of obnoxious. I didn't like them, but I liked the cereal, so I'm not gonna knock the cereal because of them. Plus, Rice Krispies make great treats. I like dessert. I eat Rice Krispie treats almost every day. All right, then we've got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Now, this is top tier cereal right here. This is my favorite cereal in the whole world because it's great if it's hard, it's great if it's soft. Not many things you can say that about. Well, it's great when all the cinnamon swirls in the milk afterwards and you drink it all up at the very end and you get that really like nice cinnamony milk. And it's nice and sugary, but it's not too much. The only thing I'll say is that I ate Cinnamon Toast Crunch so many times that I got diarrhea a bunch in college because I just drank way too much of the milk from Cinnamon Toast Crunch. So like the diarrhea effect from that was not great, but I do love Cinnamon Toast Crunch, so we're gonna put that there. Mini wheats are vile and disgusting and gross. Mini wheats were so disgusting. My grandma had them all the time and we were force fed them. I think that if it was like a choice, like a Saw situation where someone was like, take this funnel and I want you to deep throat mini wheats, I would probably choose to just swallow the funnel and die rather than eat the mini wheats. Don't even look at me. Then we've got Honey Nut Cheerios. And I don't know if a honey nut in this Cheerio, but either way, the burps made me feel really weird throughout the day. And I always felt like this very strange feeling afterwards when I ate Honey Nut Cheerios. Plus there was this idea that like you ate them to lower your cholesterol. And I was like, how does the cereal get to your heart? Do they have like little brooms or something? That always felt like false advertisement to me. But they were like, okay, they weren't bad. So I'm gonna put them right here because I recognize there's a space for them, but it's just not where I'm at in my life. Or then we've got Reese's Puffs. Now Reese's Puffs were very good because they had that feeling like you were eating candy for breakfast, but also it was like a little bit of a lie. I really like eating Reese's Puffs without milk. I don't like them in the milk because I feel like the way that their consistency changes gets really strange. So I'm gonna say you can caress my taste buds, but I don't want to like eat it with milk. Rice Krispie Treats. Is this a different cereal? I'm gonna go ahead and just like put it here in the middle, only because I've never tried this, but it's Rice Krispies, so it can't be that bad. I've never had them. Then we've got Cheerios, which again, like how I feel about regular Cheerios is how I feel about Honey Nut Cheerios. Plus there's no honey that nut in this Cheerio, so I'm just gonna keep putting it right here. Then we've got Lucky Charms, and I was talking about Lucky Charms yesterday. Every once in a while I get phantom tastes for Lucky Charms, specifically those marshmallows that feel like they would crack your teeth if you bit into them. And I love that. That risk of danger is really nice. But like the actual cereal itself was kind of fine. It was more just the marshmallows I wanted. So I'd always kind of pick around the cereal and like eat the marshmallows, or I would like eat all the cereal first and eat all the marshmallows near the end. So I'm gonna put it right here because they were fine, but they weren't the best. Then we've got the Cocoa Crispies. These were top tier. Much like Cocoa Pebbles and Fruity Pebbles, these were the best. Cocoa Crispies were always so freaking good. And like the chocolate milk that you got afterwards was so good, especially because like it made the diarrhea feel worth it. Like the chocolate milk almost made the diarrhea worth it. So I'm gonna put it up here at the top. Stick it in me, daddy, but then like get away really fast because we're gonna blow. Fruit Loops were very good, but I also felt like the way that they like got soggy was strange. Like it kind of felt like you were eating soggy pasta. I don't know, that always felt weird, but the taste was good. I also really liked, was his name Toucan Sam? I thought he was fun. I wanted to be his friend, so I'm gonna put it right here because they were very good. My go-to honestly was like Fruity Pebbles. Those were top tier. Plus, if you look at Barney and Fred, both of those men are daddies, and regardless of what you think about them, they're both hot. Punch me in the face and I'd be okay with it, and feed me their cereal at the same time. So we're gonna put them up at the top tier because these were my favorite cereals, right next to Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Then we got Raisin Bran, and unlike other cereals that like are kind of in this category of like I feel like old people need to eat Raisin Bran, I really liked the raisins more than I liked the actual cereal. I loved Raisin Bran because the raisins were delicious. So I'm gonna put it higher up because you put sugar on top, it's perfection. Sorry, Then we've got Golden Crisp. I never had these, so I'm gonna just go ahead and put them right here. Like, don't look at me, I don't see you, because I never had them. I don't know what they are. Then we've got Cocoa Puffs. And I feel like Cocoa Puffs were very good, but they weren't Cocoa Pebbles. And that's what I really wanted. So I'm going to put them right here because I wouldn't say no if they showed up at breakfast, but I also wouldn't be like, let's get Cocoa Puffs. I'd be like, let's get Cocoa Pebbles. They're clearly better. All right, then we got Frosted Flakes. Tony the Tiger is another very hot dad. Plus, things were great. And I never really thought that Frosted Flakes were great, but I thought Tony the Tiger was cute. I'm going to go ahead and put it right here because, like, I don't really want them. The cereal wasn't that good. Then we got, wait, why is there another Raisin Bran here? It doesn't change the fact that I still like it. Raisin Bran still goes up there. Then we've got Honeycomb. Honeycomb was so good, but it made my breath smell like booty hole. And, like, I didn't love that. I never enjoyed booty hole breath. Like, I don't want people knowing my business. Like, I went out and had a good time. I don't need you to know about it. So I'm going to put it right here. Like, caress my taste buds. I'll swallow, but, like, I'm not going to be happy afterwards. It's like that hookup that you're, like, not mad that you did, but then you immediately regret it. And you're like, I shouldn't have done that. Then we've got Tricks. And I always thought the kids were little bitches, that they wouldn't let the Tricks bunny have his own cereal. Like, are you kidding me? This is your cereal. Why do these kids get to steal it from you? So I always was very mad at those children. So I'm going to put them right here. They weren't top tier for me. Then we got Pops. And much like a lot of these other cereals, Pops made me kind of like feel like, I don't know, I was burping up popcorn or something. And I don't like that. So kind of in the same sense of like Kix being down here looking like a popcorn cereal, I'm going to put it down here at the bottom. And then we've got, I don't know what this is. This is Honey Snacks. But I don't know what Honey Snacks is. I've never had this before. I've never eaten it. I'm going to put it right here because we don't know who she is. Wendy Williams, who liked Pops? Raise your hand if you care about Pops. Also, who had Honey Snacks? Raise your hand if you had Honey Snacks. What are these?
Keep your wig on.
That part. This is my tier list for cereals. Honestly, if I had to, I'm going to re-rank them really quick here. Cinnamon Toast Crunch is number 1. Always. Cocoa Pebbles number 2, Fruity Pebbles number 3, Crispies number 4, and then Apple Jacks, because Apple Jacks were actually very good. We all have our own opinions, we all have our own thoughts, we all have our own feelings, and it's okay. And everybody's opinions are valid. This is my tier list of cereals. I hope you enjoyed it, and if you didn't, you're allowed to be wrong.